using it to learn more information, or are you using it to watch YouTube all day? I was just sitting here editing a video, and I was thinking about the fact that I didn't know how to do any of this stuff like 2, 3 years ago, right? I dabbled in a little bit of video editing and video creation, maybe, over the past 5 years in general, but at the level that I'm doing it now, which is nowhere close to what a lot of the YouTube pros are, YouTube experts are, it's pretty crazy. I used to sit here, and when I first started dabbling in video creation and editing, I used to sit here for about 8 hours editing one video because I had no clue what the heck I was doing. Right? So what is the point of me coming on here with my Winnie the Pooh mug? I love this. See, that's Eeyore, right? Dang, it's crazy because I grew up reading these books, and now I'm like 33 years old, and I'm still latching onto my childhood, right? But anyway, what is my point with all of this? I think it's very important to be a lifelong learner, specifically if you are doing this tech thing. This tech thing is evolving at such a rapid pace that in order to stay relevant in anything that you're doing, you have to become some sort of tech savvy. For example, I wanted to create this channel and produce videos sharing content, information, and learning along the way, right? That whole active recall thing, you want to be able to teach so that you can learn, and then you want to learn so that you can teach and stuff like that. I'm very interested in that. In order for me to present this information in a way that's palatable, I had to learn video editing, I had to learn jump cuts, I had to learn zoom cuts, I had to learn, what else I had to learn? I had to learn how to put together a YouTube intro, outro. I had to learn keywords, SEO, all that stuff. And I know that there's experts out there that you can pay to help you with all that, but I don't got the money for all of that. So it brings us back to my original point. Becoming a lifelong learner is important if you want to stay relevant in anything that you do. This is not geared towards people who are completely satisfied with playing their role in any company that they work for, what have you. This is for people like myself who love giving themselves projects and more work than they really have to do in life. I don't know why I'm like that, but anyway, if you want to become a lifelong learner, you have to maintain your childish curiosity. And maintaining your childish curiosity is pretty much you thinking about how things work, how things are put together, and how you can replicate that, right? For example, I'm very much into watching streamers play video games and watching streamers, do different things like cook or whatever the case may be. I'm very interested in the communication aspect of technology. It's amazing how much I learned just by watching people stream, watching people play video games and things of that nature. Even while I'm relaxing and just chilling out for the day, I'm watching how people put their videos together, their streams, the channel art, all that stuff. And I'm like, I think I could do that too. So that's what I'm doing now. Watching what people are doing and putting it together on my own. And that's a skill. And you don't necessarily have to be some sort of Picasso type of artist to put together your own thing or whatever the case may be. That's if you're interested in content creation. But I think that it says a lot about your mindset. You want to have the mindset of a lifelong learner and apply it to a myriad of other areas in your life so that you can stay relevant and stay up to date on the things that you're interested in, right? Or just stay competitive and marketable, if you will. And that's what I've been doing for the past, I'm gonna say almost 2 years now. I've been really heavy into content creation and just learning as much as I can learn in a short period of time. So again, maintain your curiosity and never get complacent with what you know, because what you know now is going to be irrelevant in probably another 2 to 4 years. Think about how some of these certifications that we're all working together, they require that you take, I guess, credit hours or retake these exams so that you stay up to date with the industry standard. For example, CCNA is a really good example of this. You get your CCNA, and I think you have to retake it within a certain amount of time. Like I think it's 3 or 4 years or something like that. Somebody can comment and let me know which one it is. But yeah, you have to constantly refresh your knowledge on a lot of these exams and a lot of these topics because they're growing and changing at such a rapid pace. And I don't think a lot of people take lifelong learning seriously. It's a shame because people can literally see how everything is just evolving around us, right? There's this guy named Daniel Miessler, right? I read his blog posts a lot. And he has this theory called the technological barbell theory or socioeconomic barbell theory. And he spoke about how current events has sort of pushed one set of people on one side of the barbell and another set of people on the other side of the socioeconomic barbell. And technology, pretty much the basis of why this separation, not why the separation exists, but why the separation, how the separation is facilitated through means of tech savviness and non-tech savviness, or even access to a certain level of technology. But I think that we all have, and this is the whole point of the socioeconomic barbell theory or technological barbell theory, we all have access to these things, phones, computers, and all sorts of stuff, and they're cheaper than ever, right? We all can create some level of content on these devices. We all can do something, right? We could start somewhere. But I think what the socioeconomic barbell theory or the technological barbell theory is really pointing to is how people are using technology, right? How you're using your phone, how you're using your computer. Are you using it to learn more information, or are you using it to watch YouTube all day? But yeah, if it's all up to you, right? And I'm just again reflecting on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, drinking coffee at almost 2 o'clock, and I'm thinking about the level of editing that I'm doing now is, and at the speed I'm doing now is crazy, because if this was a year or two ago, one video would be taking me 8 hours to edit. And sometimes back in those days, I would just, it's a good and a bad thing. With learning how to edit, you can be a little bit more forgiving when you mess up in your talking points and stuff like that, because you can always edit out certain things. But back in those days, when I really didn't know a thing about editing, or even have the proper access to the apps and the devices that would allow me to edit quickly and feasibly, I had to learn how to really speak properly and just do all of my stuff in one take. I wish I still had those videos. I don't know where those videos are, but yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. So yeah, my point here is just become a lifelong learner, especially if you want to be in the tech field, because this stuff, I feel like I'm learning these concepts, and they're becoming more and more outdated as I'm learning the concepts, right? Like I feel like there's sort of like a clock ticking away as I'm learning subnetting, as I'm learning IPv4 stuff, as I'm learning hardware switches and routers, as I'm learning how to configure these things. I'm thinking about the fact that this is going to be software, or it already is software, and a lot of solutions or a lot of operations in this day and age. Again, I'm thinking about the fact that these things might just be obsolete within the next, I don't know, 10 years or less. but they're still gonna have to run on some sort of hardware to some extent. But that goes into a lot of the automation, the DevOps stuff, and network engineers. Some people think that network engineers are going to be phased out or something like that. I don't know how. They think that maybe it's going to be through automation and all of that stuff. And I read somewhere that network engineers should learn more of the development side of stuff, like software engineering type of stuff, because that's more and more going to be included on the network engineering side of things. And I think that's true. More of us are going to have to become more versatile in the skills that we learn. Like, there's no more specialization type of stuff going on. You have to know how to do it all. Like, I know how to do the video editing stuff. I know how to do podcasting. I know how to write blogs. That's my bread and butter. I'm learning CCNA stuff. I'm just trying to plant seeds in a lot of different directions, and also let it all come together so that I can remain remain competitive in this market, right? So I don't know. That's just all I wanted to talk about. Just doing a little reflecting, a little vlog rant, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.